Today we took a major step towards the restoration of our land, the 10 site, our property, back into city hands. And today in front of a bankruptcy judge in Delaware, we proposed an agreement that all parties have agreed to in principle that allows West Palm Beach to immediately take back the property free and clear without any claims. This proposal includes the lenders who were involved in the mortgages that were taken on the property. This is exactly what we've been working toward, and this is exactly what we believed from day one should happen. We are now a significant step closer to focusing on what the whole deal was about to begin with and what it continues to be about, and that is the city working together with Florida State University, creating an economic incubator for a new and exciting industry here in West Palm Beach. The FSU program, which continues to grow here in our city, is key to a success. It's because FSU remains here in West Palm Beach that the city's goals of creating a new economic engine to drive our economy remain alive and promising. As far as today's actions are concerned, we now will work with all the parties involved to formalize what we have all agreed to in principle. It then will be presented to the bankruptcy judge for approval. Until I have that in my hand, I'm going to continue to be careful not to comment too much on the process. This is still an open legal case, and while today's actions are significant, we still need to be cautious. But these developments were too important to the residents of the city of West Palm Beach to go unnoticed. Once a proposal is finalized and it cuts all ties with digital domain, it restores our land and it allows us to move on, looking ahead to the future. Under the terms of the proposal, digital domain and all the other parties have agreed to give up any claims to our property. This includes the mortgages and the mortgage holders. This land is immediately restored to the city. The fact that all the parties are willing to give up claims to the property without a long and drawn-out legal fight speaks to the quality of the agreement we drafted in the very beginning, and to the strength of the clause in that agreement requiring the return of the property. The city, in return, will agree not to go after digital domain for anything else in the future, which is fine since our only priority is that the 10 site be returned to us. Everyone walks away and we can begin to refocus our efforts on finding new ways to grow the good idea that we started with a few years ago. With understanding that we've come too close to jeopardize anything by saying too much, I'll take a few questions.
I guess long and short of it, no question, once this is done, as you said, it's done and on you go from there. Maybe just from a different perspective, the roller coaster of the past few years, the promise of this land and the school, and then the downfall a few months ago, and now perhaps a rebirth of what may come out of this. What's that like as mayor and for the people of this city?
Well, I have to say that I've always been optimistic. I had faith in the agreement that we had written 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and I always felt that we would certainly get the property back, and because it's such a good idea, this whole digital animation incubator is such a good idea, I really felt, and I still feel, that we're going to come out of this in very good shape.
You talk about FSU. When was the last time you spoke to them, and what did they say to you about remaining here?
Yeah, we speak to them on a regular basis, almost weekly. The dean of the film school is here, and my staff, he and my staff meet on a regular basis.
I guess we reached out to them today, and they said that it's still undecided. They don't know. They want to be thoughtful and deliberate. They're going to talk about it, but they don't know if they're going to stay here.
Yeah, we've got work to do, and but I'm optimistic that we'll get that work done and we'll move forward.
Do you have another plan in case it doesn't work out with FSU, a backup to keep some element here, some kind of digital?
We have lots of plans.
Is there anything that you can discuss?
No.
Is there a lesson in this for anything? For anything?
Well, I guess the lesson that I think is that when you do something like this, you have to do a lot of due diligence. You have to structure a really excellent agreement, And sometimes you have to take risks to get good rewards. And I think yeah, we're going to move forward.